Court filing claims Vince McMahon is delaying discovery in WWE shareholder lawsuit. Full breakdown. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. Vince McMahon is back in the headlines, this time for all the wrong reasons. A new court filing has just dropped in the ongoing WWE shareholder lawsuit, and the allegations are explosive. Vince McMahon is accused of intentionally delaying the discovery process, holding up evidence production, and obstructing justice in a case that could reshape the future of world wrestling entertainment. This isn't about kayfabe. This is real-life legal warfare. So what's going on behind the scenes? Why is McMahon accused of delaying discovery? And what could this mean for WWE's executives, investors, and the very foundation of the company? Today, we break it all down, from the original lawsuit, to the latest filings, to what happens next in court. Let's dive into the full story. No scripts, no gimmicks. Just the truth. Background: the WWE shareholder lawsuit. To understand why this court filing matters, we need to rewind to early 2023. That's when WWE shareholders, led by institutional investors, filed a massive lawsuit against Vince McMahon, accusing him of breach of fiduciary duty, abuse of power, and corporate manipulation during his 2022 return to the WWE Board of Directors. Here's what happened. In July 2022, Vince McMahon resigned from WWE amid multiple sexual misconduct allegations and internal investigations. But just months later, in January 2023, he forced his way back onto the board, claiming he was needed to oversee media rights negotiations. Shareholders accused McMahon of using his controlling shares to bypass corporate governance and install himself without proper oversight. The lawsuit argued that McMahon's return was illegitimate, damaging to the company's reputation, and done purely for personal power consolidation. The stakes? Hundreds of millions in shareholder value, and potentially the integrity of WWE's leadership structure. What is discovery? Before we go further, let's quickly explain what discovery means in a legal context, because that's the heart of the new court filing. Discovery is the phase where both sides in a lawsuit exchange evidence, including emails, internal memos, meeting transcripts, contracts, depositions, phone records. It's the part of the case where the truth comes out, and often where settlements are born. So when someone delays or obstructs discovery, they're essentially stopping the other side from accessing critical facts that could prove wrongdoing. And according to the latest court documents, that's exactly what Vince McMahon is being accused of. The new filing, accusations against McMahon. The new court filing was submitted by attorneys representing the WWE shareholder plaintiffs in early May 2025. The filing claims the following. Vince McMahon and his legal team have repeatedly delayed turning over key documents. They've allegedly failed to meet court-mandated deadlines to produce emails and communications related to his boardroom takeover. They've refused to schedule timely depositions or have requested excessive extensions. In at least 2 instances, they have allegedly withheld internal correspondence that had already been requested multiple times. The document states, quote, "Defendant McMahon has employed deliberate and obstructionist tactics to delay discovery, stall this case's progress, and prevent full transparency into his reinstallation at WWE." In legal terms, that's a major accusation, and the consequences could be severe. Possible motives for delay. So, why would Vince McMahon delay discovery? Legal experts say there are a few possible motives. 1. Avoid damaging evidence becoming public. If McMahon knows there are emails or documents that could damage his defense or implicate others, delaying discovery can buy him time to negotiate or suppress exposure. 2. Leverage for settlement. Delays frustrate plaintiffs. It can pressure them into settling for less money just to move forward. 3. Media strategy. By dragging out the case, McMahon may be trying to bury it under time, hoping the news cycle and public outrage eventually fade. But here's the thing. The court sees right through those tactics. Judges don't like games during discovery, and if they believe McMahon is acting in bad faith, they can issue sanctions, fines, or even rule against him entirely on certain issues. And that brings us to the court's possible response. How the court may respond. In response to the shareholder filing, The presiding judge in the Delaware Chancery Court has the authority to take several actions against McMahon if the delay allegations are proven. 1. Compel discovery. The court can order McMahon to turn over all requested documents within a strict deadline. 2. Impose fines or sanctions. Judges can financially penalize a party for obstruction, sometimes in the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. 3. Adverse inference ruling. This is serious. If McMahon keeps obstructing, the court may assume the withheld evidence is damaging and allow the jury to view it as such. 4. Default judgment. In extreme cases, courts can rule in favor of the plaintiff by default due to discovery violations. Legal analysts say we're not at that point yet, but McMahon is treading dangerous ground. He may have returned to power, but in the courtroom, power doesn't trump procedure. WWE's silence and internal reaction. So what has WWE said about all this? Officially, nothing. WWE has remained completely silent on the new filing, referring all questions to McMahon's personal legal team. But behind the scenes, the situation is reportedly tense. Sources close to WWE's executive board claim that several high-ranking officials are frustrated with McMahon's legal strategy, worried that delays and obstruction will only escalate public backlash and shareholder anger. One anonymous board member reportedly told Wrestling Media, "This was supposed to be behind us. Every time Vince's legal drama resurfaces, it pulls us backward. We're trying to evolve the brand. He's dragging us through the mud." There's even talk that some board members want McMahon to step down from any remaining corporate influence, purely to protect WWE's public image. Whether he listens, that's another story entirely. The stakes, what this could mean for WWE. This case isn't just about one man. It's about WWE's entire future. If shareholders win the lawsuit, several things could happen. Vince McMahon could be barred from returning to any WWE executive role ever again. He could be forced to sell off a portion of his WWE stock, ending his controlling influence. WWE might have to pay massive damages. Some estimates range between $50 million to $150 million. And worst of all for McMahon, new investigations could open up into other aspects of his leadership, including Janel Grant's trafficking lawsuit and historic NDAs. For a company trying to rebrand itself under TKO Group Holdings and attract family-friendly sponsors, this is a PR nightmare. And the more McMahon delays, the bigger the storm gets. What happens next? What do you think? Is Vince McMahon deliberately stalling to hide something? Or is this just legal maneuvering blown out of proportion? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more deep dive coverage of this case and all major WWE developments. This is real, this is serious, and it's far from over.